Yes, guys, this is Nearly Last and welcome. In this video, what we're going to be talking about is dedicated servers and the lack of them for Call of Duty in general. Now, before I start going on a bit of a rant, if you want a bit more of an in-depth video on this one, I would suggest go and check out Drifter's video on this. It is absolutely amazing. But for me at the moment, what we're going to be concentrating on is the actual lack of them. Now, there are dedicated servers for Call of Duty in general, whether people realise it or whether they don't, but the chances of being on one is pretty remote a lot of the time. Now, in America, and well, North America is itself, there's about 12 dotted around East Coast, South Coast. There's one down in Brazil, and then there are plenty as well, not plenty, there's about 7 dotted around Europe. You've got one in London, one in Paris, one in Spain, Denmark, Amsterdam, places like that. And then there's one all the way down in Australia on the South Coast. But the thing is, for me, is there still isn't enough. I mean, most of the time you're not going to be on one, and half the time you never know whether you are on one or whether you're not. But for me, this is where it really lacks for Call of Duty itself. And I know this has been a bit of an issue for a number of years, but this year in particular is becoming more of a thing for me per se. Now, as we look at DICE and EA with Battlefield, you can rent out servers and what else, you can be on dedicated servers. Now they are now going to be bringing out Star Wars. Now Star Wars is then due, what, about 2 weeks after the launch of Black Ops 3. Now that is going to be basically run on dedicated servers 100% of the time. Even though it's got skill-based matchmaking, it is going to be running on dedicated servers all the time. So there's another title, another first-person shooter that's going to be running on dedicated servers. Another one is going to be Halo 5, 100% dedicated servers on that. And also Ubisoft and Rainbow, they're going to be running on dedicated servers as well. So you've got all these first-person shooters and what else, they are going to be challenging Call of Duty and Black Ops 3 to the players online to actually get them to come across and play on their game rather than playing on Call of Duty all the time. Now, don't get me wrong, I mean, Call of Duty sales are going to be skyrocketing this year. I really feel that Black Ops 3 is going to be high, whether it be all-time seller or not, I very much doubt. But at the end of the day, it is going to be a high seller, and it will be the biggest selling game of the year. There's pretty much no doubt about it. So now there lies even a bigger problem. The fact of the matter is that all these games, and Activision would know about all these companies and all these games running on dedicated servers, but they still choose not to allow us to have 100% dedicated servers all the time, or actually invest money into it. Because I'm not being funny, I mean, if we go all the way back to Modern Warfare 3, when that actually broke records, now in 16 days, Modern Warfare 3 crossed the $1 billion mark. And then let's forward to Black Ops 2. Black Ops 2 beat that by a day. It made $1 billion in 15 days. Now, if you want to put that in comparison to James Cameron's Avatar, now that was one of the highest grossing films ever, and that made $1 billion in 17 days. So they are beating block office movies. You know, they're smashing all these records and whatnot else. They're getting all this money in. And let's take into account also they have Destiny. Now they got Destiny, made by obviously Bungie making that. But they've got all these games, all this money that they've got coming in and generating in. I mean, they are like a big cash cow. At the end of the day, you know, they are a juggernaut of gaming. They run Call of Duty. And for me, it's nothing to do with Treyarch. It's nothing to do with Black Ops 3 or Infinity Ward or anything else like that. This is all down to Activision's lack of support for giving us dedicated servers. Because at the moment, they probably feel that, you know, there's enough people buying the game. We're always going to go out and buy it. And before people say, well, just don't go and buy the game or anything else like that, this is not a rant at Call of Duty like Treyarch and Black Ops 3 or anything else like that. Of course I'm going to go and buy the game. I'm going to be playing it all the time. I'm going to love it just as much as what everyone else does. But just like everyone else, we can all feel quite annoyed at the fact that they make so much money, yet all these other companies that are bringing out games this year once again are all going to be running on 100% dedicated servers, whilst Call of Duty itself is going to be left behind. And you just can't help feel, but why do we need to be left behind? Surely we should be the most looked after company on gaming consoles. I mean, at the end of the day, the amount of money that they make, the amount of players that are playing online all the time, the sales and what else, at the end of the day, we should be looked after more than any other company making any other first-person shooting titles. But this is just my little view on it, guys. I know this is a bit of a rant on this one. I'm not usually go on a bit of a rant, but from listening to the Star Wars episode that I was listening to the other day, and they were doing an interview and they were basically saying about how it was definitely going to be running on dedicated servers and what else, and I've seen all these other games doing it, and the lack of effort from Activision not to actually be doing it is really concerning for me. I really think that they need to actually start pulling their finger out and getting on with it, because I can't see how much longer they can go on with it without just keep, you know, topping up a few dedicated servers along the year, just trying to keep everyone happy along the way. But leave it in the comment section below, guys, exactly what you're thinking about this one. Sorry if I rambled on or whatnot else, but I just want to try and get my view and explain it the best way that I possibly could. But anyway, like I say, contact me on Twitter or leave it in the comment section below. Coming up on my screen now is going to be my subscribe button. If you want, please smash that. Come back. Got lots of live commentaries, lots of things going on with the Call of Duty beta. And also, guys, if you could like this video and support my channel, it'd be absolutely amazing. This is Nearly Last, and I'll catch you later.